90% of violinists quit within their first year. Not because they lack talent, but because no one taught them the truth. After playing the violin for 30 years and teaching hundreds of adult beginners, I can tell you one thing. The only reason most people quit is that they are not following the 8 principles I'm gonna show you today. Let's start with principle number 8. Never listen to other people. Maybe you told someone that you wanted to learn violin and then he tell you, oh, I thought only children can learn it, or you are gonna learn the violin? Even maybe your violin teacher told you that, as an adult it's difficult. You're a little bit too old. Or maybe, yeah, it's talent, need talent. Stop listening to those peoples. They are wrong. And actually, let me tell you a small story. When I was 15, I decided I wanted to become a professional violinist. And I was already playing the violin, but not very well. So I go to my violin teacher, there was 2 actually in my music school, and I told them about my dream, that I wanted to become a professional violinist. And they look at each other, and then they start laughing. And then the one told me, you will never play the violin well, the professional violinist, forget it. But 10 years later, I could play the most difficult pieces on the violin. I played in front of more than 1 million people and teach hundreds of students. So it doesn't matter what other people think of you, I'm sure you could learn to play the violin beautifully. And that brings us to principle number 7. Don't let made-up limitation stop you. Very often, the problem is that a student himself thinks that he is too old or too untalented to learn the violin, or that his little finger is too small, and all those kind of things. And first, let me tell you a story from Alexandra. She was a student I teach like 10 years ago, and I remember the first time she came to me, the first thing I saw is that she had some real physical disabilities. And then she started playing, and what I saw is that every time she played, she would make something very strange with her 4th finger. She could never just play the 4th finger directly. And I directly understood that she had to correct that or it will never sound well. So I told her that, and then she told me that her previous teacher tried a lot of things and told them that it was just not possible. The problem is that they thought that Alexandra would never be able to play the 4th finger the right way because of her physical disabilities. I was unsure too if it was possible, but I decided to try it, to make everything so that she can learn it. And I make a special plan for her. We work on that for weeks and weeks, and in the end, she could play the 4 fingers perfectly. What I want to tell you is that I had a lot of students. Most of them never played music in their whole life. Some started the violin with 70, 75, and still they could learn to play the violin beautifully. So please don't stop because of made-up limitations. Then there is something very important. Principle 6. Never quit, you never know what's coming next. Imagine you were a gold miner and you were mining in a mine, and you will do that for weeks and weeks and you will find nothing. And probably you will think, it doesn't work, nothing is happening, I should just stop. But maybe just 1 meter away, there is a big chunk of gold waiting for you. And if you stop now, you will never get it. And I can tell you that this happened a lot of time to me with the violin. I was actually very close to quitting a few times. Especially I remember, after 5 years I spent training on learning the violin full time. I applied to a few different superior violin schools for getting to the next level. And what happened is that on the first round, no one of them took me. But I had already booked a masterclass with one of the violin teachers in one of those schools. First I thought, okay, it makes no sense, it makes already 5 years, I'm training and still I didn't get a place, I wanted to cancel everything. But then my mother told me, you are already there, just go there, you already booked it, just go there, you never know. And I got there, I trained with this teacher and he tested me a lot. He wanted to see if I could really make it. And in the end, he took me with him in one of those schools. And 5 years later, I was a professional violinist. So never quit, you never know what's coming next. And by the way, if you're an adult beginner and you want to master the violin, we organize a free violin masterclass. You can register with the link under this video. So now something very important is principle number 5. Play something for fun every day. A lot of our students are really ambitious and really want to learn to play the violin very well. And because of that, they will spend a lot of time practicing the exercises we give them in the Violinacademy. And that's all very good. But the problem is that if you are doing only technical stuff day for days, then you can start to lose the fun of playing the violin. And that's the reason in every practice plan we have block D. And in block D, basically, the goal is to play for fun your favorite pieces. And more importantly, that's the reason in the Violinacademy we have a part where you can play your favorite pieces with the best violinists and the best ensemble in the world together. And we arrange those pieces so that our student can play them from the beginning. And that's really important because it's really inspiring and really fun, and it's what motivates you to always play the violin further. Principle 4. 1 year versus 10-year goals. People always overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year. But they always underestimate what they could achieve in 10 years. I see that every time. Someone will start, and after 3 months or 6 months, he will feel like a little bit disappointed because it's not at the level he would like to be. And actually, when I look at his playing, I'm like, wow, you learn really fast actually. 3 months and you can already play simple pieces with a beautiful sound, the right intonation, musicality. It's already very good. The problem is that they overestimated what they could learn and then are disappointed. But what I know is that if they continue learning the same way, then in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years, they will really play fantastic. But of course, you need to apply principle number 3. Stick to the plan, but check if it's working. A big mistake I see a lot of people is that either they will just follow some random plan and then a few weeks later change and then change again, and because of that they are just moving in a circle and don't making any real progress. On the other side, I see some students that will start with some violin teacher and then they will just follow the plan the whole time and never look if it's working. They will play 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then sometimes first only after 10 years they will be, is that normal that after 10 years I can't play the right note, my sound is not good, and so on? Please don't do that. Here's the first step you should follow. First, you need to define a simple goal. For a beginner, the goals we use for our new students is, for example, just to be able, within 1 year, to play easy pieces so that they really sound beautifully. Then you need to create a plan to achieve this simple goal. Then you need to follow the plan exactly, and then you need to control if it's working regularly. And if after 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you see that it's not working at all, it's probably not the right thing. And that means it's time to change. So very often what happens when someone wants to quit is that they don't remember why they started. That's why principle number 2 is don't forget why you start learning the violin. Probably when you started, it was because you heard someone play the violin and you thought, it's so beautiful. When someone plays, and it inspired you and thought, oh, if I could play like that, it would be so nice, so beautiful, I would feel so good. Or maybe you thought, oh, I could play maybe for someone that would be so nice, play for my wife, my children, my colleagues, or maybe it could be at your local church, or it could be with some friends of you, or in an orchestra. But the main thing here is that you should regularly remember why you start learning the violin and understand that you will come there, you just need to be a little bit patient. And the last principle is, it's great to succeed when everyone told you that you couldn't do it. Believe me on this one, it feels really great when everyone told you it's not gonna work, you are too old, you should have started earlier, you don't play well. At the beginning it's very hard, I know that firsthand, but then when you are over it, that you made it, I can tell you, you feel really great. And just for that, I will advise you, don't stop, just keep going, just to prove everyone wrong. So, have a lot of fun and never quit.